So far with Toyota Celica, we've been focused on horsepower, but now it's time to work on the stopping power with some help from our friends at fastbrakes.com. Before we get to installing those sexy Wilwood calipers and that whole fast brake setup, we're going to install the brake booster and brake master cylinder. This is Connie's original brake booster, which I've had remanufactured, rebuilt. And this is a Supra, I should say a Mark III Supra, like 86 to 90, whatever. I think it's the third gen Supra. This is the master off that, which is a 4-bolt that looks like it's going to fit on here.
And clocks right.
And clocks right. For reasons that we will explain with a Scooby-Doo cut, this wasn't our original plan, but it's our plan B that we hope works now. So let's do the whole...
So before we install the Wilwood Fast Brakes big brake kits and all that good stuff, we want to upgrade the master cylinder and booster. So I went and sourced this out of an AW11 MR2 from my buddy Peter Saad. He's an MR2 AW11 hoarder. He's got some A86 stuff. If you're looking for parts in the GTA from those cars, look him up on Facebook. He's been super helpful. So this is a very nice condition master and booster combo out of an AW11 MR2, and I think it's a 7/8 master cylinder.
Yep, 7/8.
And I'm told it should bolt in here, but as we're learning with this flat nose Celica, it doesn't always go to plan, does it?
So I'll go.
Not going in the hole?
I need a hammer. I can make it fit.
So the bolt pattern is different?
Bolt pattern looks different, and I'm hard up against the brake pedal, the lever, and I've got almost 2 inches.
Oh, so you're saying the shaft here is too long?
Yeah, the whole body's long, and the bolt pattern is off too. So let's go over and look on the bench. I pulled out of the bin the original one and see some measuring.
All right. We call this segment of the video Measuring with Moose. All right, Mr. Moose, let's discover what we have here. Why this thing is not fitting.
So I measured the overall. I'll go from the flat base where it mounts the firewall to the pivot pin on the thing. And we're like 14.5 millimeters.
Okay.
Which is...
Centimeters, I think you mean. But yeah.
Centimeters, thank you, yes. Yeah. Which is just under 6 inches.
Okay.
And from base to base, we are 11.5. So we're almost an inch
shorter on the OE setup.
Yes.
But it has this giant spacer on there. How thick is that spacer?
That spacer is close to an inch, so that probably makes up the difference.
So but because the bolt spacing is different,
so let's have a look.
Swap that spacer over, can we?
Yeah, because we're 3¼ inches on center, and we're 4¼ almost. So spacing this way is an inch off, and this is about 3. This is like 2 3/4.
All right, Mr. Moose, let's see if this thing swaps over or not.
Ooh,
Does that look pretty similar? It looks pretty similar. It fits. It fits, everybody.
Yeah.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yeah.
And there was much rejoicing.
Look at that.
All right.
Boom. I'll just have to go in and bolt from the inside and see what's next.
Okay, once we bolt that on, I guess we can put the master on, right?
Exactly, and then we can have a look at lines and everything else. The moment of truth.
Indeed.
Will the MR2 master fit as the internet tells us, or told Dave? Dun, 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 dun. No. Oh, looky, fitty. Where's the hammer problem?
Well, let's just hammer the tower in, Moose. That'll give us room for the lines, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not so much?
Not so much. The OE one is really snug. You can see it's like there's almost no clearance.
Wow. They do not. So we need the ports for the lines on the top.
Yeah, it's not coming off on
coming off the side.
An angle, yes.
Right into the shock tower.
Yes.
Which is not going to work.
No. So back to the drawing board.
There's our failed AW11 attempts. As well as the original one, which you can see compared to the Supra one that I bought is slightly longer. What do you figure, Moose? Like an inch longer? The Celica one is an inch longer maybe than the Supra one?
Probably pretty close to it. You can see the difference in length there.
Yeah.
And this actually has the ports in the right.
Ports on the top.
Top front and off the side here.
Yeah.
So this should in theory just
smash it on there.
Smash it on. There's a lot of clearance. I mean, we're talking considerably more than a blonde.
Oh yeah. No, that's great. This is
win.
This is a win for sure. So there you go. That is an ASIN OEM 1-inch master cylinder off of a Mark III Supra.
Next step would technically be to put up the lines, but we haven't bench bled this yet, and we're not going to bench bleed this until we're ready to bleed the whole system. It's going to be another episode before we get to the rear end. So what we'll do is we'll leave this as is, and we'll do a bench bleed of the master, and then we'll bleed the lines out and bleed the calipers out in a future episode.
Nice. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess it's time to move on to installing the fast brake front brake kit.
You got it, buddy. Alrighty. What we have here is a Celica Connie's front brake caliper bracket and integrated dust shield. They're tacked together. And normally what you do when you put a big brake kit in is you separate the two. When we did that, we had fail number 4 in this whole brake episode. We went to bolt up the calipers and we realized they were too big because this little one is an A86 caliper bracket. This is Connie's caliper bracket. Slight difference in size. No bolty, no worky.
That's right.
Stop. Find the 86 brackets. Start again. Here we are.
Got the first rotor bolted to the hub. Now we're going to do the same with the Moose Man showing you the procedure. So, drop your 11-inch diameter fastbrakes.com rotor on there. These rotors can come in a variety of flavors depending on what you want in terms of like blank, cross-drilled, slotted. I like slotted because it cleans the pad, refreshes the pad so you don't get brake squeal. And I find with cross-drilled a lot of times you get hot spots at the cross-drilled points and that can lead to cracking. So I'm a slotted rotor kind of guy. Brian at Fast Brakes was kind enough to slot these for me, so you can order them how you like them. And there's just these
rather small
4 rather small fasteners that bolt the two together. 40 foot-pounds of torque according to our ancient Haynes manual.
Which is better than nothing at all.
Yeah, we couldn't really find anything definitive on the internet, so we're going with the Haynes manual on this.
Bada boom.
Bada bing.
Okay, so before I put this assembly, I actually have to put the brackets on because the
Yeah, the bracket. And then the other bracket that holds the Wilwood caliper, which sort of adapts those calipers to these A86 brackets. So let's show you that now. We should also mention Fast Brakes does provide instructions, and we've now decided we should consult those to see what hardware to use to hold the A86 caliper bracket to the Wilwood / fast brake bracket. So yeah, let's do some reading, Moose.
Yeah, I do read.
Do you read? People might have wondered.
And book says Loctite for the caliper bracket to
Wilwood caliper bracket, the bracket to bracket assembly.
the Wilwood sub-adapter to the factory.
There's a lot of brackets going on here. The A86 caliper bracket to Wilwood adapter bracket must be Loctited together with the OEM bolts that originally would have held the caliper to that bracket, I believe.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, that looks so good. It looks race car-y, doesn't it?
It does.
So, on with the bearing.
Assembly.
Okay.
Did you just soil yourself? Maybe.
And we have a washer that's been clocked to fit the groove.
Yeah. Got that nut. So torquing this nut, that is an exciting process, isn't it?
So yes, it is a whole step process of torquing and backing off.
Yeah, it's like 22 foot-pounds, then back it off a
Quarter turn.
and then tighten it finger tight, and then spin the wheel and see if there's any resistance, and blah, 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 blah. Let's do all that.
Caliper time. Again, a little bit more.
Loctite on the bolt, and while this is doing that, I'll tell you that the caliper is Wilwood's forged Dynalite 4-piston caliper. And it's a very well-used, well-tested caliper on a bunch of different brake kits, so we know it's a robust setup that tons of AE86 guys run. So should have plenty of braking power. So those get torqued down to... Were the torque specs in a...
No, they just, did they say?
Did they say the good and tight spec?
40 foot-pound.
40 foot-pounds, okay. We'll dial in the torque wrench for you and drop some pads in there. The way those slot in there, huh?
Yeah.
Just slide them in the back of the caliper, put the cotter pin through.
We've had a little bit of...
Need some moosifying?
Yeah, a little bit.
The pads aren't fully seated, maybe?
This one's not seating. I think there's a little bit of casting.
You've got a metal file out.
I do.
What is going on there?
I'm having some slight clearancing issues. I think the calipers in the center are completely on the rotor because the pad isn't slipping in. It's a full depth pad, but it's not slipping in. It's binding up on me.
Okay.
So they actually make a note in the instructions that you may have to clearance the ear, the factory mounting brake tab or ear for the caliper mount.
Yeah.
So I think it may be pushing the caliper out a little bit. So I'm just going to radius a little bit.
Okay.
I did see where it looked like it might have been hanging up. It's hard to tell under there, but
Plus I put a lot of 415 on that bracket, so maybe that thickness is throwing it out of the spec.
yeah, you did put a lot of 415 on it.
Okay.
I already had to clean out all the holes.
Yes.
They were about a half-inch smaller in diameter.
An inch. That's a lot. All right, well, let's do some filing then. Does the noise of the file remind you of anything, Moose?
Yet the Zydeco.
I'm taking you back to the bayou.
The bayou and the Zydeco and the washboard playing.
That's right. Make the music, Moose. Make some music.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Just slide them in there. Put the pin through.
Call it a day.
Well, you gotta bend the collar out there, but we'll worry about that later.
But yeah,
Look at that.
Done.
Super easy to load pads in and out.
yeah. Actually, it's a great way of dealing with track because you can actually have an aggressive track pad with you and swap it in at the track.
Yeah. Stainless steel brake lines that the kit includes are pretty much installed too. See, it just installs to the back side of the caliper here. This is getting fancy. Yeah, I like it.
Yes, I did forget something.
You forgot something, Moose? What did you forget?
This and this,
Yes.
which retain that.
All right, well, that's kind of important.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to beat my breasts in sorriness and do what was supposed to be done the first time.
Did you just say breasts?
Breasts, yes, my man breasts. Little happy king hat / retainer stops the nut from spinning. Mr. Cotter pin. And Bob's your uncle. Yeah, there we go. Not going nowhere.
Put on your happy cap.
Done. No chirping.
That looks pretty sexy. I think you'll agree. That's it for the front brakes.
Pretty much, other than bleed and all that.
Yeah.
The boring shit.
We'll do that when we get the rear brakes done.
Exactly.
Which will be next episode when we rebuild the rear axle with a sexy new limited slip differential that will show you a whole rebuild kit from our friends at Battle Garage RS. And of course we'll put on the 11-inch rear brakes from Fast Brakes, which are also a Wilwood based kit. So lots more good brake / diff / rear end kind of stuff coming at you. My goal is for you guys to start this car before the end of the year.
Yes.
It's now October 27th-ish.
Some of that, yeah.
So we've got a couple of months, and we're going to get this thing started before the new year.
All the other stuff may not be done, but we run it.
Yeah, the motor will run. There may not be seats in it, but this thing is going to run before 2018. That is the plan.
Plan.
You have my word that that's the plan. You don't have my word that we're going to make the plan happen. but we're gonna try really hard to make it happen. Over and out. Om Namaste, Beamsy and Connie. Gonna go fast. All right.
Where did that come from?
I was just sitting in the lotus position.